are you finding it?
Well, okay. Hello, guys. It's great. We played last week in Steining.
Amsterdam.
Right? Steining.
Amsterdam.
And Amsterdam and London, and we went to Germany, and we went to Paris, and we've done a few shows. It's always great. The weather, I guess, we got the incredible sunny weather last week. I mean, it was, I guess we brought it with us. I don't know.
Yeah, you did.
That's what they told me. But we love it, absolutely. What about you, bro?
This is what it's about, this type of weather. That's what we want.
So, in regards to Britain, do you enjoy most things about Britain, or are there certain things that you wish you could take away to where you're from and keep some things that where you're from as well? Be honest. What about food-wise, first of all? How's the food here in the UK?
Well, we had the most amazing Indian food on the bus.
Oh,
It was like, I've eaten it late night for the last 4 nights.
Oh,
That's not really a great idea. But it's good. You know, the English breakfast is amazing. I like the added, the beans and the tomato. It's good. It's good. And of course the tea. I mean, it tastes better here. I don't know what you do to it, but it's fantastic.
Coffee, because I always imagine that our coffee here isn't quite as good as American coffee. Is that
Iron
is that the case?
Smiths.
You know,
Iron Smiths.
I've drank a lot of coffee all over the world, and you know, I don't mind it.
Don't mind it.
I don't mind
Is that as, I'll have it because that's all there is? That's what he's saying, isn't it, really? It's alright, it will do. Now, the band formed in 1996, which according to my calculations means 21 years ago. 21 years you've been going for. Do you ever get bored of it? I know that at the start, it's very exciting because you're visiting parts of the world that you've never been before, and it's also exciting, but after that length of time, do you ever get bored of it and just wake up in the morning and think, actually, I can't be bothered?
I can't believe we're still doing it 21 years later, you know. We love playing music, we love creating music, and the fact that we're able to do this, we're very grateful. We don't take it lightly. This is something that we're really passionate about doing.
And is this a thing that you will just keep on doing until it's possible to do it?
Well, I guess, I mean, you know, I never imagined we'd be doing it this long. You know, when you start off playing in a band, you know, you're single, you know, no kids, and just traveling is just super fun, and every time you go somewhere it's exciting and new. After a while you have to really ask yourself, you know, why are you doing this? What's the real heart motivation? Because we're all married now, and we all have kids as well, and so that changes things, you know, it's a game changer. But it's taken different forms of passion, I would say, along the way. For me right now, honestly, the stories that I hear from people that tell us what the music means to them and how the heart connection is there for so many people around the world to the songs. You know, you got to realize we make these songs at 2 in the morning in the studio, and then never really know what's going to happen with them, and then we'll hear stories that it's changed, it helped, been a tool to change someone's life. That just really motivates me, obviously our whole team, and my family too. So we're in this because it's making a difference in the fabric of culture. It's making a difference as a light over dark places, and we want to be a band that sings songs of hope, because hope deserves an anthem. And so we started off, even our music has changed a lot. We started off, you know, writing songs about chemistry class and company cars, and then, you know, quirky songs and fun punk rock songs, and then along the way we discovered our voice, and that's a voice of hope.
mentioning then about families. So, how difficult is it to leave that behind for the time that you're on tour?
Very.
Well, it's really difficult because when you're at a beautiful castle and you call home and you say, and you hear screaming kids and your wife is like, I need you back home, and you're like, oh, I'm in this beautiful castle. I mean, that you have to weigh the fact that touring is a lot different than being at home. But I love my family really supports what we're doing out here. I mean, all of our families, and they are glad that we're out here, singing these songs of hope.
Let's go back 21 years, because originally you were called Chin Up.
Yes.
And then you changed it, but you got signed fairly quickly, only after, should we say, several gigs, 5 or 6 gigs. And some bands, it can take them 5 or 6 years. So what was the difference between you and your music?
Well, I mean, some of it is a mystery. I don't know. I mean, God had a plan for us, and we were just walking in it, to be completely honest. Some of the relationships that happened were really good, and some of them were bad. I mean, honestly, I'll tell you one quick story about an industry. We've seen the industry change a lot. Obviously, music from 1997 to now, it's
when they had cassette tapes.
Remember cassettes? CDs?
People know about it.
Yeah.
And now, it's a different musical industry. We played a showcase one time in New York for these big executives, and thought it was going to be like the breaking point where it's going to be so good. And then we finished the show, and John comes back to the manager and says, "Hey, how did we do? That was awesome, right?" And the manager says, "No." The record label walked out after the first song. They said it was horrible.
And they dropped us.
And it was like, oh, well then maybe that's it. That's the end. But the journey continues. I mean, we after that got dropped, and then it ended up being the best thing, because we were on a sub label called RED of Atlantic and Sony, and then that farm label really championed us and worked for 2 years on the song Meant to Live. So these things are a journey. It's a climate now where we have a lot of flash in the pan things that just come up quick, and they're gone next year, and then there's bands that have been working hard for a long time, and it's a journey. So a lot of the times I don't know why things work and why they don't, but I know that there's a plan bigger than us, and it's just it's been a journey full of all kinds of turns.
Am I right in thinking that it's been the same lineup from the very start to where it is now?
Well, I mean, there are 3 other guys in the band, so I mean, we're just 2. We came in maybe just a couple albums in, and so, but none of us ever dropped out, so we're still the same band for the last.
And do you think that maybe because of your faith, it sort of encourages you to get along more than if you hadn't got a faith, maybe? Because you do hear stories of these bands who are touring the world, and they just fall out, and they just think, that's it, I've had enough of everybody, and I'm going solo, and the band breaks up.
Yeah. I mean, the shelf life of a rock band is what, 2 years, 2 or 3 years? I would say, I can talk about John since he's not here, right?
He'll never know.
They're brothers, and brothers fight sometimes. That's true, but the climate that they bring to the band is one of family, and it's really good because there's like conflict resolution and a real mature way of dealing with things. So I think one of the reasons why we've been able to stay together so long is because it's just a family atmosphere. There's like brothers, and they know they're going to be family for life, obviously, and things are going to work out, and we're going to have a conflict resolution, so no one ends up being like a diva who's just trying to get their own way all the time.
And certain songs that are now classics, we've got Meant to Live, When We Come Alive. When you wrote these songs, did you sit back and think, actually, that's a brilliant song and that'll do really well? Or is there always a doubt there and you're thinking, well, it's alright, let's just release it and see what the audience think?
Well, I
Can of worms.
the thing about when we choose the songs that we want to put out in our album is it's one of those things like if we don't believe in it, we don't have passion, we don't have, you know, if we don't feel anything about it, then we don't put it on an album, you know. So every song that we write, every song that we put on the album, we really believe in, like with all our heart. We play it with passion. I mean, Meant to Live, you know, When We Come Alive, those songs, you know, they resonated more with a lot of people, and I mean that's great because we resonate with that song, those songs really well. I mean, we are very passionate about the songs, but you know, I think it's a quote from Dolly Parton: "If you ain't crying, then why are you playing?" You know, it's one of those things where you got to be very, you know, passionate about the song that you sing about, and we are.
Set lists as well. Do you tailor it so that you know certain songs will get the crowd up? So it's almost a slow build up to a big number. How's that done?
Set list is a different
If you
piece.
only knew. If you only knew. Our set list we put together like 30 minutes, an hour maybe before the show.
Sometimes a couple minutes before.
And then it changes. And then John will always be like, you know, I'm feeling something different right now. And then we'll all just wait and be like, okay, what are you feeling? And then we have these little microphones on stage where we can talk to each other. And so Tim will say, John, are you talking about This Is Your Life? And he'll be in the microphone, no! No, what we're talking about is a song. It's you know, about coming alive. And he's like, "Will we come alive?" He's like, "Yes."
And no one hears the conversation in your ear.
Are they done hours in advance or literally just before you're about to go and play that set? How soon is that?
It changes during the
Change,
show.
like, at the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, during.
During the show, like a second before.
And because you obviously know these songs inside and out, I imagine, is that easy to just change there and then for you? Or is it a bit of a panic?
There's a panic. Well, the first question that comes in my head is, do I remember this? I mean, a lot of the songs, people will shout out, you know, play this song, and I mean, a lot of it is we haven't played in like 10 years. So the first thing that comes in my head is, do I remember this?
What key is it?
Now, you'll be back in the UK in October to play London, Birmingham and Manchester. I did promise that we would take a few questions from the audience. I'm being prompted that we haven't got very long. We've got just a few moments. We can fit in one question, okay? One question. So, I'm not picking, that's your job. Who would you like to hear from?
How about you right there?
Right, okay, so let's find out who we've got very quickly because we've not got long. What's your name?
I'm Sam. I'm a frontman and a songwriter, and I have this memory stick here. So I'm going to cheekily ask you, can I give you my song?
Now, I'll tell you what, we have one question. Is that not the best question? And the best way to prove yourself? And it is well done. In fact, come here, you can hand it to them, you can meet them very quickly, hand them your memory stick.
If you ever need a support.
If you ever need a support act, he said. Now, have you got contact details in there?
They're on the memory
So,
stick.
they're on the memory stick. And so well done. So, there you go. You've got that, listen. Let's just hear it for you. These guys have been doing it for quite a long time and they do it so well. Let's hear it for Switchfoot! Well, how good was that?